So, the latest union budget dropped a really interesting new initiative called SHE-Mart. And honestly, it has the potential to kickstart a huge economic revolution for millions of women here in India. It really signals a major shift in how we think about women's entrepreneurship. So, let's break it down and see what it's all about.
You know, all across the country, in villages and small towns, there's this incredible, often untapped pool of talent. Women are crafting these beautiful, world-class products. Everything from amazing handicrafts and textiles to delicious homemade foods. The skill is there. The products are absolutely there.
And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, having a fantastic product is one thing, but actually getting it into the hands of customers, bypassing all the middlemen and getting a fair price for your hard work, that's a whole different ballgame. And it's this exact gap that has held back countless small, women-led ventures for years.
Now, what's so powerful is that we have a perfect example of what happens when women do reach the market. I'm talking about Lijjat Puppet. I mean, think about it. It all started on a rooftop with a tiny loan of just 80 rupees. And today, it's a massive enterprise empowering tens of thousands of women. This isn't just a business story. It's the ultimate blueprint for what's possible.
Okay, so to really understand this new SHE-Mart idea, we first have to rewind a little bit and look at the program that really set the stage. Before you can create owners, you first have to create earners. And that's exactly what the government focused on with a program called Lakhpati Didi.
The Lakhpati Didi program was designed to tackle the income problem head-on. The whole idea was to equip women in self-help groups with really valuable skills, and we're talking everything from plumbing to, believe it or not, drone operation, and then provide the credit they needed to turn those new skills into a steady paycheck.
And the goal was super clear, super measurable. Help each woman earn a sustainable income of at least 1 lakh rupees a year. And it worked. This program was a huge success in turning millions of women into active economic contributors, many for the very first time. But, and this is key, it was always meant to be just the first step.
And that brings us to the big shift. The conversation is now moving beyond just earning a livelihood. Now it's about actually owning and scaling a real business. This is the strategic leap from just participating in the economy to owning a piece of it.
And you don't have to take my word for it. In her recent budget speech, the finance minister laid it out perfectly. She said that the success of Lakhpati Didi created this strong foundation of earners, and now the goal is to build on that to create a whole new generation of owners.
So you can really see the fundamental shift here. With Lakhpati Didi, the primary goal was income generation, right? It was focused on the household level, using skills and credit. But with SHE-Mart, boom, the goal is enterprise creation. The focus totally moves to market access and building an entire retail ecosystem. It's a move from simple economic participation to true economic ownership, where the profits don't just support a family, they build wealth for the whole community.
So what exactly is a SHE-Mart, and how is this whole thing supposed to work in the real world? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of the model.
Okay, so a SHE-Mart, or self-help entrepreneur mart, is basically a physical retail store. But here's the crucial difference. It's owned and managed by the women themselves through their collective self-help groups. This community ownership is the game changer. It gives them direct control over sales and, most importantly, cuts out those costly middlemen.
And the range of products you'll find in these marts is expected to be incredible, really reflecting the unique local skills of each region. We're talking about everything from traditional handloom and handicrafts to organic farm produce, homemade pickles and spices, and even products from brand new women-led startups. They're basically going to be a one-stop shop for authentic, locally made goods.
So, who gets to be a part of this? Well, the great thing is, it's designed to be really inclusive for women who are already active at the grassroots level. So, if you're a member of a self-help group, one of the existing Lakhpati Didis who's now ready to scale up, or you run a women-owned micro-enterprise, you are eligible to participate and sell your products. Okay, so if you're wondering how to get involved, the process is being structured to be pretty straightforward. It all starts with being part of a self-help group. From there, you register with a local agency, get your products verified and evaluated, go through some business training, and then you get your own space in a SHE-Mart. The goal is to make that jump from producer to retailer as smooth as it can possibly be. Now, look, the vision here is ambitious, it's inspiring, it's all of those things. But, like with any huge new initiative, we have to do a little reality check. Its real-world success is going to depend on navigating some pretty significant challenges. It's not just about opening a shop, it's about making sure that shop can actually thrive. And this question from a Reddit forum just gets right to the heart of the matter. People are asking, is a physical store really enough, or are the deeper challenges of scaling, things like logistics, branding, and competing with big established brands, still going to be the real problem? It's the critical question, and it's one that has to be answered for SHE-Marts to truly work. The good news is, it seems the government has actually anticipated a lot of these hurdles. To tackle logistics and infrastructure, they're planning public-private partnerships. To compete with big brands, the strategy is all about collective branding and quality certification. And for those day-to-day operational challenges, like the digital literacy gap or inventory management, they're planning to provide integrated training and professional support.
So, with the plan in place and the challenges on the table, we're left with the really big question. What is the ultimate potential of this whole initiative? Where could this go?
And this really is the thought to end on. We started with the incredible story of Ligit Papad, a story that shows the sheer power of a collective women's enterprise. The ambition of the SHE-Mart initiative is basically to see if we can replicate that success, not just once, but maybe thousands of times over, all across the country. Whether it can truly unlock that potential, well, that remains to be seen. But it is, without a doubt, a monumental step in the right direction.